Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody?
Welcome.
We know that Teeny's here. Yay! Hi, Teeny. How's your life
Hi.
going? Haven't seen you in a few days, few weeks, a week, whatever it's been. Golly, I don't even know anymore. I'm getting so old. I'll be lucky if I remember what the day is.
Yeah, tomorrow's the big day.
I got your card. Thank you very much. That was really good. That was a good one.
Oh, you're welcome. I
Um,
feel like,
Yeah, it was definitely a good one. I thought, you know what? I've been doing that before now. I've been doing that for a long time. Um, so I had Linda tune in to the Sarah Boone trial today so that she knew what was going on so that we could talk about it together. Hello, KMM.
hi, KMM.
We're going back to the Sarah Boone, and then I'm going to tell you. Right before I got on, I listened to something else that was really fascinating that I was telling Linda about. But let's talk about Mrs. Boone.
Oh, wait, 1 second. Did you hear
Was
that?
she married to Daniel Boone? Hmm?
Right. Did you hear that the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch has been arrested for sex trafficking and interstate prostitution? He's 80 years old, but he was the CEO. Michael Jeffries.
There you go, guys. I'm telling you, we're on the road to the truth. The truth is coming out. I love it. I love it. I'm going to tell you, couldn't happen probably to a nicer person. He's probably sitting
Probably.
in his big highfalutin home and thinking he's getting caviar and having a good time, and they're getting ready to say, you know what, dude, you're getting ready to go into a cold cell and eat nothing but purple bologna.
Oh,
You'll
better
wish,
than green, I guess.
well, you'll wish you're dead. You're almost dead at 85, whatever, but you're really,
Right? I'm
oh,
surprised they arrested him at that age, really.
well, can't let him stay in his highfalutin mansion and do all the things that he's done and get away with it.
Right.
He's got to do something. Put him in the old folks' home cell. I'm sure they have one of those in prison, don't they? Have the old folks,
Geriatrics.
the geriatric cell in the prison.
I wouldn't
I
be
don't know if
surprised.
they do or not because you know what? Weinstein was on a walker and they didn't have him in. No, he was in general population, wasn't he?
Yeah. I know a friend of mine just got out and he was with a walker and he had the knee surgery and stomach surgery and he was still in general population.
See, it sucks to get caught at an old age. You're going to do it, make sure you do it and get caught young.
Oh,
Because
they tried to get him for 45 years.
and
And
it
they
took
caught
that
they
long.
got they got him
Abercrombie and Finch, isn't that the
on.
place that when you're going in the mall, you walk by and it smells up the whole mall? But they pop the cologne out into
Yeah.
the hallway. Yeah, I thought that's who. I never went in there because I was never an Abercrombie and Finch fan. But
Oh no, they had clothes.
yeah, they had clothes, but
Yeah.
they would take their cologne and they would pop it out,
Yeah.
and it was real strong. And it
Yeah.
smelled good, but it was real strong so that everybody could smell it.
We could never afford Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh, yeah, I was a Walmart fan, Kmart fan. Hey, Teeny, let me go over something with you real quick because I don't think you know. Thursday, we usually do Thursdays, but we're not going to do this Thursday, next Thursday, and we may not do Thursdays. We may change it. I got a couple ideas, and I'm going to go over them with Linda, but we just haven't had time because we've been busy. But we're gonna on Tuesday Tuesday, Election Tuesday, we're having an election party. And so we're going to be here for a few hours and we're going to watch
Yes.
the polls come in and we're going to whoop it up for Trump when he wins.
Oh, KMM.
What? KMM what?
Because Ellie Mae's walking now.
Oh,
So that's the big news. She's walking.
and she's cute too. She's going to be running before too long. So,
Yeah.
so that's our big thing that's on our calendar is Tuesday, election night. We're having a party.
Yep.
And then, so we're going to go on later. We're going to go on a lot later so we can stay on later. We're saving our hours so that we can be on for a while. What else was I going to tell? And then we got a few other things in the making. It's basically going to be the same, y'all, but we may take and change a little bit, kind of alter some times and see if maybe later's a little bit better for everybody or this time is still good or
Well, maybe we should do maybe like 8
maybe
o'clock.
we should do a Friday every once in a while or something.
Maybe we should do 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time for election night.
I think so because we don't want to, we're going to be on for a while, but we want to be able to cover quite a bit of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Pacific is 2 hours different from Central.
Right.
So it'd be only 6 o'clock there, but you know what? We already know what they're going to do. So we'll have a pretty good idea by the time we're ready to get off.
Right. I mean, if we can try and go 2 hours, I know that's a long time, but if we can try and go 2 hours.
I think we can definitely go 2 hours. We're going to have a ball. We could go 3 hours the way I talk. We could go all night the way I talk. We could be here just sitting here all night waiting for the big bell to ring. But we'll just see how it happens. What happens?
Yeah, we'll wait and see. And hopefully we don't go to bed with a winner and wake up with a different winner.
That would be
it's happened before.
Awful. Happy birthday, KMM, to you for tomorrow because I won't see you. Happy birthday to KMM. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday, dear KMM.
Happy
birthday to you.
Yeah, Tina, you better be on because we're going to need you that night because I'm going to blow it up and have it all over the place. That we're going to stream the election, and we'll have probably more. Thank you, KMM. We'll have more people coming in because people see that we're streaming it.
Yep.
Like we did on the debate night.
Right.
But this will be different because there won't be a debate. We'll just be watching and see what everybody else does. So it's going to be fun.
We'll make it fun.
We'll make it fun. We'll make fun of them. You know how we do. You know how we roll over here.
Should we have our bells and buzzers?
We could. When they finally close their poll, you could just sit there and ring your bell.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Ring your bell. Ring
my bell. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. You know what, KMM? I'm going to vote the Monday prior to election so that I can get all ready for the election party. It's not a ditty party. It's an election party. We do no freak offs here, y'all.
No.
So, all right. So let's go into Sarah Boone.
Yes.
Teeny, do you know about Sarah Boone? Let's see if Teeny knows about Sarah Boone before before we go
Thank
into
you.
if she's familiar with the Sarah Boone trial. You know Sarah Boone. Did you see she's only 5'3" and weighed 98 pounds? Or 5'2"?
She is?
Yeah, well, she was when they got her. All right, well, let me explain. She's called suitcase murderer. Her boyfriend, Jose. Okay, well, that's probably enough because we're watching the trial is live right now. So we're in day 3. The first day, the defense rested. They did their thing and they rested. And so now, no, the prosecution did their thing and they rested. Now the defense is doing their thing. And they've had to have 2 days. And that little old man, it's her attorney, has to keep slowing it down. Wait, I need some extra time to talk to my witness because she's talking wrong. She's telling the truth. I got to take her aside and tell her to quit telling the truth. So they'll pause for a little while and then he'll have to converse with her and tell her, would you quit telling everybody the truth? But anyway, that's my opinion. And so I told Connie, I said, you need to watch this with me so we can talk about it. So I'm going to let Connie take it away for what she saw, and then I'll kind of add when I feel like.
Linda. You called me Connie.
Oh, sorry, Linda. I'm sorry because Connie talks all the time.
Oh, yeah, Kenny, she did it. She definitely did it. But you know, there's always 2 sides to every story. Unfortunately, he can't tell his side. I'm not saying she's guilty. Well, she is guilty because she did it. She did it. She put him in a suitcase or told him to get in a suitcase and she locked the suitcase. So then, she took the baseball bat when he got his fingers there so he could open the zipper and clunked him in the head with it. Now, we discussed that yesterday. Did that blow is what killed him? I don't know. But today, when she was on the witness stand, they were going for the allegedly,
yeah.
Physical abuse.
That she was battered wife.
That she was battered.
Yeah.
Does she have scars? Yes. Did she have bruises? Yes. Did he stab her in the leg? Yes, but I don't know how he stabbed her in the leg so far down. But yes.
These were pictures from way back prior. Okay.
Now, my question, why did she take these pictures?
Well, see, here's the thing. These were all pictures from way years ago.
Well, I understand that.
I don't know why I don't know where those pictures came from. Did she take them or did the hospital take them or did she go? Well, she said she never stayed in the hospital. She never went to the hospital. So she must have taken pictures herself, I guess.
Yeah, I see. That's just it. Where'd these pictures come from? I mean, she had a picture where he dragged her face on the rug and she had carpet burns. There was a picture of where he stomped her with his shoe and the heel in her eye. And she had a big old, that picture looked to me like it was shoe polish. But
her black eye kind of looked like she had smeared her mascara a little bit too much.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me too. But who are we? We weren't there. Did she have a gash on her leg? Yes, she says it's from him stabbing her. Again, how do you stab somebody so low on the leg? Because they had her come out of the box to prove that there was still a scar there.
And that picture that they showed, if they had gotten any closer, they would have saw her coochie. They'd have been showing her coochie.
For what?
That one picture they were showing of the bruise that she had her legs kind of spread open and they were showing. Did you see? I thought if that would have been up a little bit higher, you would have seen something. But
yeah.
Anyway.
And then there was a picture of a big old hole in her right below her knee, from where he pushed her off the porch. and she landed on something sharp. Um, so was she abused? Yeah, she's got the picture, she's got the proof. She had bruises on her arms, and apparently he used to hold her so tight that when his hand would slip on her and she'd be trying to pull away, that it would cause like bleeding under the skin. And we know that's happened. And then there was one of where he was strangling her, and you can see the marks on her neck.
But
I
you know,
Royal Apple.
but you know what, Linda? I got a question for you. They had pictures, right? She had all these pictures of her,
Right.
but it's a proven fact that she's gone to jail for domestic violence also. And they never had any pictures of Jose and what he looked like.
Right. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that they're trying to prove that she was abused and those were self-defense on him. They would have been self-defense wounds that she was trying to defend herself. So that's why there's no picture. Hey, look, I'm looking
I
at
know,
both sides of the coin.
I know,
You know,
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm not saying I'm liking it, but I'm getting it.
right, right. You know, I mean, I love detective shows and all that stuff. So I like watching forensic files and all of that. So you got to go with both sides of the coin. But the thing is yes, she put him in the suitcase.
He
Yes, he
crawled in the
passed out
suitcase, apparently.
until noon.
They said he crawled in the suitcase himself because they were playing hide and seek.
Well, yeah, okay. So, but
She
she
zipped
zipped
it up.
She zipped it up,
She
and
zipped
then
it.
it's not funny. It's not.
And then it was, and then here we go. And so, did you see when? So here's the suitcase, and they've got it out there for evidence. And she had to say, "Wait a minute, the little pink wire is not on it." Oh, so you couldn't zip it if there wasn't a pink wire on it. Why are you telling on yourself? We're going to Royal Apple. We talked about it yesterday. You kind of missed that. We can recap on it in just a minute.
Yeah. So, I mean, did he get in the suitcase willingly? Yes. See, that's the thing. He got in the suitcase willingly. And she passed out. And she slept till noon.
Oh, and did you hear her testimony on that? She said, they said, "Do you think that you were so drunk you passed out?" And she said, "No, I remember I wasn't that drunk." And I thought, that's when they had another recess because I had to take her off and say, "Would you quit telling the truth, Sarah? Sarah, I can't defend you if you're going to tell the truth." Yeah.
But I mean, that's right there is he got in the suitcase.
Yes, he did. He got in the suitcase because he was
willingly got in the suitcase. So did she plan to murder him? No. So it can't be murder one.
No, but I'll tell you what was really funny is
Murder one's premeditated.
They asked her, they said, she said, "What did you do that day? What did you do during the day that that all this took place?" And she said, "Well, I cleaned my house from top to bottom. I did all the cleaning and everything, and the house was all clean." And I thought,
you need to shut up.
You want to make sure you hid everything. Everything was clean before they came in and found him. I'm sorry. I don't trust this woman. I wouldn't want to be in a cell.
No.
I wouldn't want to be a cellmate with her.
No, I don't trust her either.
She might be in the back.
She said that he was still gurgling when she opened the suitcase. So he was still alive. So did she murder him?
Did she say that? Because she told
She said he was still gurgling when she was giving him CPR.
I want to show you a picture of her because I'm going to tell you when she was born and everything. You go ahead, keep talking, Linda. I'm gonna get her.
So he willingly went in the suitcase, and this is what they're going to say. This is going to be their closing arguments. He willingly went in the suitcase. He was still gurgling when she was giving him CPR. That tells me that I think he had a head injury. That's what that tells me.
Well, she's getting charged with second degree. Is what she's up for. It's second degree. Second degree. Okay, you're on Michelle.
For that matter, she should be up for manslaughter.
Well, they weren't going to give her that because they think that she did a little bit more than that. But look, y'all. This is Sarah Boone. She was born. Ready? She was born October 10, 1977. So Sarah Boone is just turned 47 years old. Her and her Dorothy Hamill haircut.
Yes.
Either life has been rough, because she looks to me a little bit older than 47, y'all. Maybe she's lying about her birthday too, because she lies about a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, she looks rough. She does. She looks really, really rough.
She looks like she has not had a good life.
I bet you they won't find her guilty on second degree, but on a lower charge.
Well, you know what? They asked if they could do manslaughter, and the state said no. They were not going to even let it be addressed.
Then they'll find her not guilty of murder.
Well, you know what? That was just like the Menendez case. They were supposed to go on manslaughter charges, and they took that off the table, and they shouldn't have.
Right. And with the Menendez, they were going for the death penalty.
And then they decided on the second trial that they wanted. Somehow manslaughter got in there, and then it was like, no, it's off the table. We're doing murder one.
Right.
Well,
yeah. I mean, it was premeditated, but for extenuating circumstances.
Right.
You know.
Yes, there's a lot of people going insane. There's a lot of murders going on. There's a lot of stuff we need to cover here. But my opinion of Sarah is Sarah was trying to teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
And Sarah made a mistake saying that she did not pass out, that she went to sleep. She went to sleep. She did not pass out, she said. She didn't have that much to drink. All right. She drank 2 bottles of wine. Her and someone at my door, or my dog's it's probably that possum, y'all. It's probably that possum. That possum, I've been feeding the possum because I want the cats to eat, and the possum's been coming around, and they're having a fit. You guys can stop anytime now. They don't listen. They listen about as much as everybody else listens.
You can make possum stew.
Oh, have you ever seen? Hang on just a second, right back.
That's gross. Yeah. So anyway, I don't think that they're going to. I can't see them finding her guilty on second degree murder. It's going to be a hung jury, or it's going to be that they let her walk with the abuse and everything. What?
They were barking at the cats. Anyway, but I think that she was a lot more intoxicated than she says she was, because if you listen to the tape, she was slurring her words. She said, no, I wasn't intoxicated. I knew everything that was going on. You do? So you remember going to sleep and leaving him in the suitcase? It was asphyxiation. He suffocated in that suitcase because she never let him out.
I want to try that. Okay, was it a leather suitcase? I didn't see the suitcase.
Look at my camera always does this. Oh, here we go. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. I need to quit bumping my table here because. Oh, look, I'm storming now.
Yes, Royal Apple.
I don't know. I don't know. I question a lot of things. And unfortunately, they're not going to tell us because the defense has already rested.
Right. No,
So,
the prosecution rested.
yeah, the prosecution's already rested. So they've already done their case. So, I think there's some things they could have brought up they didn't.
Right.
But they did bring in the people that lived next door. And they said that the walls were so thin that you could hear them talking. And if they were fighting, they could really hear it. And the night it happened, they heard a great big thud and it shook the room. And she said, well, that was when he was dragging me down the stairs. But she never testified that he was mad. I mean, I'm so
She didn't know. She didn't know. They asked her why he would get mad, and she said she never really knew why he got mad at her. But then the one time they went to the bar, and either she asked somebody for a cigarette or somebody asked her for a cigarette, and he took off. The part I don't understand is she said they lived across the street from a bar. Why did you drive your car across the street? Duh. But anyway, he took off in her car, and when he got home, he was choking her and calling her a whore and a slut and a bunch of other names. And
they drank a lot that night.
They drank a lot.
His blood alcohol level was 0.138. I mean, isn't legal limit 0.8? Or 0.08?
I think so.
Yeah. And she was 0.1, he was 1.138. So yeah, they were intoxicated. And you know what? And they think about this for a second. When they checked him, they didn't check him until the next day. So, and his blood alcohol level was 0.138. It was probably a lot higher at the time.
Yeah, but where's the alcohol going to go?
I don't know.
In a dead person. You know what I'm saying? Whereas your liver processes that all out. And if this liver's not working, then there's nowhere to go.
You know what? KMM, you're absolutely right. Actually, allegedly, this all started upstairs. They had a condo. And it happened upstairs. And the suitcase.
He did. Hang on one second. He did try to get out, and that's when she hit him with the baseball bat.
All right, guys, it's not.
Go on.
Yeah, she hit him with the baseball bat when his little fingers started to come up through the suitcase to push the zipper. She hit him with the baseball bat. But the thud was when she was upstairs and the suitcase, she pushed the suitcase down the stairs with him in it.
Well, that could have killed him too. Think about it.
Well, I know.
So was it asphyxiation?
Well, but here we go. She didn't record till he was already down at the bottom of the suit, about at the bottom of the stairs, and she said she started recording him, and that's when he said, Sarah, Sarah, I can't breathe, Sarah, and she said, that's the way I feel when you choke me, and she goes, Sarah, Sarah, I can't breathe, and she goes, well, you deserve everything you get. That's what you get for cheating on me. He was already had fallen down the stairs at that point in the suitcase, so he was still all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. It's pretty gruesome. Do I think that she's guilty? Oh heavens, she's guilty. She's guilty. And now did he deserve it? You know, this is where I think there should be a law that if you go to jail and if the cops have to come to your house and your partner and you fight so much that they have to come to your house and arrest one or the other of you all the time, there should be, I think that the state should be able to put a restraining order on the two of you and you're not allowed to see each other anymore, because I think that would save some lives.
Well, it is up to the police to arrest somebody. And the only time it's not is if there's no marks on either person. But if there's marks on somebody, somebody's going to jail.
But don't you think that after they both had been arrested so many times that the law should step in and say, you are not allowed to, this is a toxic relationship and you guys are not allowed to be around each other anymore?
Well, that's stepping in beyond boundaries, Connie.
Oh yeah, but you know what? Then a bunch of people would be saved.
Well,
because he said on the jury, she got on the stand and said, I loved him
and he loved me.
And yeah, and you loved him so much you hit him while he was in a suitcase zipped up with a baseball bat.
But he loved her so much he choked her and stomped on her face. So right. You know what I'm saying? And that's the government trying to tell you who you can and can't love and be with. So that would never work.
Okay, so now someone's dead.
Right.
And it was going to happen.
Right.
That's how it all happened. She should have walked away if she wasn't happy. But no, she loved him so much. She loved him to death. You know, she should have walked away. And drinking, you'll do something that you'd never do sober, because that 12-ounce courage gives you courage to do whatever you think you.
Oh yeah.
They said, "How could you have pushed him down in the suitcase? You weren't any bigger than a popcorn fart." Well, you know, she did. She pushed him in the suitcase. She only weighed 98 pounds at the time. Now, she weighs more than that now.
Well, if the suitcase was on wheels.
I didn't see wheels on it in the.
See, I didn't see the suitcase.
They showed the suitcase. In fact, they showed her trying to zip it up. I'm going to give you a different website tomorrow because I think the Jumpsuit Pablo got knocked off and never came back. So I had to go to a different one, and I'm going to send you a different link for tomorrow's. But I don't know. I'm going to sit and wait for the ending, closing stuff tomorrow. And they're bringing in a doctor and a bunch of other stuff tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly a little bit more about it. Because, you know, it's...
Yeah.
The state has actually proved its case.
Yeah. Yes and no.
It's now for the defense to prove that she's manslaughter.
Right. Yeah, because like I said, if you're looking at it by a law factor,
yeah,
he didn't purposely put him, he willingly went in that suitcase.
Yeah, because he was playing hide and seek, but she saw that the zipper hadn't been zipped and she had to go zip it. Yes, KMM. There's a few more they're showing a doctor and a couple other things, and then it's closing. Yeah, in fact, they want it tied up by Friday. So there you go. However long it's going to take them to do whatever tomorrow, but they want the whole thing tied up and the jury to be on its way by Friday.
Right.
I don't know. It is a case. I mean, all right. It's kind of like that Menendez case. The Menendez brothers were guilty of sin of going in and blowing their mom and dad away.
Oh, yeah.
They took the shotgun and they unloaded the shotgun on their mom and dad. They said they did.
Yeah, they did.
But they were SA'd from the time they were 6 years old. And they did it. They did it when, let's see, Eric was 18. So what does that make Lyle about 20?
I think they're 3 years apart.
Okay, so he was about 21.
Yep. 2.5, 3 years, give or take.
Right. They were so messed up.
Yeah.
Mentally, they were messed up. But they got life in prison with no chance of parole. My internet keeps freezing up on me. Look it. I look like Lucille Ball a couple times there with my mouth all wide open. But yeah, they, I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
We'll see. Because the Menendez brothers have done 35 years and they're talking about letting them go.
Well, and we talked about this, and I told you life sentence is 25 years.
That's right.
Unless it's natural life.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they've already done 35, but they were doing. Weren't they doing 2 life sentences?
I don't know.
Because it was the mom and the dad. I think so, but it doesn't matter. I think they've done their time, and they need to go. They need to, with all of the stuff they went through and the abuse they went through, and they'd still be there if that one guy hadn't come out in Menu though, and came out and said, "Hey, you know what? Oh, Jose did this to me too." It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Jose did it to you too? Right. And in the movie, it shows him picking up male hookers.
Right. So when I remember when I was a teenage, when I was married, when I was a teenager, I lived in the heart of Detroit. And the guy down the street, he was the nicest man. He was the nicest man.
Mm-hmm.
And he served 2 life sentences.
See, you just never know. Look at John Wayne Gacy. He would dress up as a clown at kids' parties, and he would go, and then he'd pick up kids and kill them and put them in his basement. Right. I mean, you can't even trust the clowns these days. Of course, after it came out, I never did trust clowns after that. I have been in a jury. And it didn't take us very long, and I can tell you about that case. That was a federal case, and what had happened was the guy was a felon already, and he had a gun, and he went over and he threatened these people. Well, they brought the gun in so we could see it, and it was a sawed-off shotgun. All right, sawed-off shotgun, guys, right now is illegal. Period. You can't have sawed-off shotgun, whether you're or not. You cannot have one, because when a sawed-off shotgun is not to shoot animals, it's to shoot people.
Right.
Because the bullets scatter, they spray, and they get in a big area. So it didn't take us very long to send him away. It was pretty open.
I've only been called one time, and I wasn't. The one case, the defendant never showed up. In the other case, they settled right before the court time.
I was just called recently and sat there in the back and didn't say anything. And they say you should always say something because they don't pick you if you say anything. The quiet ones are the ones they pick. And that's not always the case because I wasn't picked. I was very happy. You know what? I don't like doing jury duty because the prosecution can make it look like they did it and they didn't, and the defense can make it look like they didn't do it and they really did. It's just the way if you have a damn good lawyer, then you can get off of anything. It's all a good lawyer, you know?
It's all about putting doubt in somebody's mind.
Right.
If there's doubt, you cannot vote guilty.
Right.
If you have doubt in your mind, at least I know me, and you're not supposed to. If you have a reasonable doubt, they tell you not to vote guilty. And if somebody puts a good doubt, like with Sarah Boone's case, I would have a doubt in my mind. Because I wouldn't go for second-degree murder. He got in the suitcase.
She shouldn't have hit him with the baseball bat.
No, she shouldn't have hit him with the baseball bat, but that's not what killed him. So did she really kill him?
She should have let him out.
Well,
why didn't she let him out why didn't she let him out when he begged her to let him out?
Because she was
going to go to bed. She said, I thought he's going to come upstairs and go to bed. And she knew dang good and well that suitcase couldn't be unzipped. You know, I mean, this is what I'm saying. If you present it right, you could have her be the next John Wayne Gacy if you did it right.
Right.
Do I think that she had a reason to do it? Probably.
Right.
Probably. She probably was battered. This is why I get so doggone mad when these women go back to those people, those guys that just beat the hell out of them. It's like, why are you there? I love him.
Fear.
That's not love. That's not love. No. When somebody beats you up, that is not love. That is.
Most of the time, women don't leave for fear. You know, when they start threatening to kill your family or your kids or what, you know, and it's like, fine, if I leave, you want to kill me, that's fine. Don't kill my family. Don't kill my kids, you know, but that's what these sickos do. They say, I'll kill your whole family.
I'm going to tell you a story here. I had an aunt that her husband was a Vietnam vet. So he had PTSD when he came back. And when he would get to drinking his tequila, he beat the hell out of her. Mm-hmm. And I mean, beat the hell out of her. One night, when I got older, when I was like 21, I had moved in with her, and he had gotten drunk, and we were all leaving because we knew what was going to happen because this is the way he did. Mm-hmm. And he picked her up by the seat of the pants and the back of the neck and threw her out the door. And I heard her head crash into the cement. He beat her so many times it wasn't funny. Well, you know what? She woke up one day and in the morning and she took a piece of paper and she drew a line down the paper and she said, "What do you want?" And he said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "What do you want in this house? We've been married almost 25 years. What do you want?" Because she said, "I'm going down to file for divorce tomorrow." She'd had enough. She'd had enough. Now, he died of drunken. He got himself a trailer and drank himself to death. But at least she walked away. And I was glad to watch her walk away because I watched her walk out of that house bruised and beaten more times than I can count. And I wanted one time, I remember thinking to myself, one time, just give me one time with baseball bat. See, so I know how Sarah Boone felt. Give me one time with baseball bat and he'll never hurt her again.
Right.
A lot of times those guys don't ever get what's coming to them.
Right.
I understand that. I understand that. I'm all about that. But sometimes it's just time you just got to walk away and say, you want to beat on somebody, beat on yourself. I'm leaving. I'm not your punching post.
Okay, ma'am, that is horrible. That is horrible. There's a case near here where the ex-husband killed the 3 little girls.
See, you know what? That's terrible.
What did those
There's so
girls
much
do?
evil. There's
What did
so
those
much
girls do?
evil in this world right now that, you got to have some kind of hope and and something to cling on to. And I know that God does not want us to live like that.
KMM. What is it? What's the name of the case? Do you know?
It's
Yeah,
terrible.
a lot of them do. A lot of it's happening more and more of them murdering the children.
Speaking of the children, all right, I'm going to tell you what I just heard before I got online. Wait till you hear this. Y'all won't believe it. So, there's a site that's called Phone Calls from Prison. And you can hear all of these people talking back and forth on the phone calls. And they have old Wade Wilson on so many of them. It's ridiculous listening to that man. Just drives me insane. And he has a tattoo that goes all the way up like this. It looks like stitches. And he's got a swastika on his face. I mean, man was probably nice looking at one time, but he has just demolished his face with these tattoos. Anyway, that's trailing off. But they have this site that's called Phone Calls from Prison, and you can hear all of these different recordings and phone calls and stuff. Well, somebody just got a hold of a phone call, and it wasn't like when you get the phone calls from prison, they're talking on a iPad like thing. That's how they get to talk. It wasn't like that. You could hear stuff in the background and everything was going on. It was Diddy. All right. This was a Diddy phone call, but it wasn't the way that the guy explained it is, when you go in to visit, how they have that glass there and you have to pick up the phone and talk. All right. Well, they feel like that was the way this phone call was recorded. And Diddy said the first thing out of his mouth is he said, you can't trust the phones around here. He was talking, it was King that he was talking to, his older son. You can't trust the phones around here, so don't say very much. Okay? You should listen to what he said, because then they get talking. Then he turns around and he says, quote, unquote, y'all, you need to get rid of the pizza boxes. Dispose of the pizza boxes. Well, you know where my mind went right away. Diddy, are you stupid? You think people can't figure that out? That's part of Pizzagate? Are you really that stupid? You're right. You're right. So you got to get rid of the pizza boxes. All right. Then he says you got to get rid of and make sure that you are recycling all the plastic. Now, I don't understand that one. I was trying to figure that one out, unless he's talking about maybe there were more plastic bottles with
Baby oil,
baby oil. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
maybe.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But he said, make sure you're recycling all the plastic. Make sure you get all the plastic out of there. And then he said, and has Z reached out to you? And the kid said, no, it's gone really quiet. And he said, well, I'm in here and they think they've gotten away with something. I want you to tell them that I want you to get a hold of the Netflix producer, and I'm getting ready to drop the video. Tell them I said that. Now, a lot of this is in code and stuff when they're talking to each other. King said, they're getting ready to repo my car. And he said, you're 30 years old, get a job and pay for your own car. But yeah, he said, Dad, what about all the lawsuits? What about all the lawsuits? And he said, they can't get anything from me. I'm broke.
So he has offshore accounts.
He does. And everything's in his mama's name.
Right.
everything is in his mama's name. So, stop and think about that for a second. He knew ahead of time to put everything in his mama's name, because if he would have done that at the time that the feds came in, it would not stand up in court.
Look, I know somebody that used to put things in their kid's name when they were toddlers.
See? Was he doing illegal things? See, that's what I'm thinking with old P. Diddy there, that he was doing things and he knew
Thank you.
dang good and well that he was going to get busted. So he was making sure that he was putting all this stuff in other people's names so that he didn't have anything. That's one of the things they say, if you have a whole lot of money and thereafter you put it in your wife's name, they can't get it.
So, a lot of people do that. A lot of people that have criminal going ons put it in somebody else's name.
Well,
but here's the thing. How can mama prove where she got that money? Because don't tell me that you're going to say, I gave my mama $45 million.
Well, here's the thing.
Because I love her.
The mama's not on trial, so she don't have to prove anything.
Right. But they can subpoena her and ask her where she got that money from.
She could say it was an inheritance. She don't have to prove anything. She don't have to. She's not on. She's not
perjuring on. That's perjuring on the stand.
Well, I'm just saying she don't have to prove anything. She can just say it's my money. I have it. It's mine.
Right.
And she don't have to prove where she got it from because she's not on trial. His mama was a hooker.
Right.
So, who knows?
People could have given her money and bought her things. Yeah.
So who knows? I'm just saying he knew smart enough to know that he was not going to have anything in his name.
Right. Right.
And he was doing enough illegal actions to make sure of it.
Right.
The man isn't stupid.
No.
And I told you, if I haven't said it once, I've said it 10,000 times. They said, oh, there's a big one getting ready to go down. And everyone's like, it's going to be Jay-Z. It's going to be Jay-Z. No, it's not. It's going to be Oprah, y'all. It's going to be Oprah. She's going to go down like a house of cards. She had herself a little freak off thing going on in her basement, too. And she had baby oil. Now, what was she doing with baby oil?
Now, you were saying something too about somebody else.
Look at the internet's bad all over everywhere. Is it mine or is it yours this time?
I don't know.
Okay, say it again. Now you're back.
Okay. That 13-year-old that came out now and said that they took her to his house and he walked in with a very predominant woman.
Right. And she's 35 now. So it's a Houston attorney that has this case. And she's coming out now and she said there was one black male in the room with her, and then Diddy walked in with a prominent female. And if you go back and you start looking at the time frame, she said that the woman watched.
It was a Latino, allegedly. We'll just say that. Figure it out, guys. Well, I don't want to say names on here.
No, but I'm telling you, she's already in trouble for toting a gun. So if that don't tell you who it is.
Right.
There's a lot of people going down, y'all. A lot of people. The truth is coming out, and it is coming out in all kinds of ways, shapes, and forms. And you know what? Just hang tight, because Hollywood's in a bad place right now. Because somebody was always at a Diddy party.
Very bad.
Let me ask you something.
May as well just
You didn't
lock
know what
the
was
door.
going on. If you didn't know what was going on at a Diddy party, why did you tell everybody that you left before 9 o'clock?
Right.
You knew.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that's going to go down. A lot of people.
Like I said, Hollywood is like a house of cards right now. And you know what? Diddy will squeal like a pig. I'm telling you, I know it. I see it. I have seen it every night. I've seen the different people and I have seen visions, and he is going down. He is going to bring everybody down with him. Yes, he has. Roll apple. Trump is saving the babies. Or he's trying to. You know what? Did you ever stop and think, why do you think Trump is trying so hard to become president? He could be sitting on a beach someplace enjoying himself. He doesn't need all the aggravation of being a and Elon Musk.
Right. Why is Elon Musk getting into the political game?
Why was Elon Musk a Democrat? Now he's a Republican.
Right. Right.
About it, y'all.
Same with Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
He gave up being a Democrat to become independent, and now he's supposedly independent. But Trump was going to run independent and decide and went over to Republican. So, if that doesn't tell you all something,
Elon Musk. I mean, y'all got to stop and think about that for a second. If you've got now, I'm going to tell you, Elon Musk kind of drives me crazy because the man is so intelligent that he can't communicate. That's how intelligent he is. You can tell by how, and I'm wondering if Elon Musk is an autistic. I don't know.
is. He's got Asperger's.
Okay, well then there you go. Because he is so intelligent that he can't communicate very well. But I'm going to tell you right now, the man is a genius. And having Elon Musk taking care of our money and having Trump take care of our border and having RFK take care of our food. How can you fight it? You got three of the most intelligent, wealthiest people in our nation wanting to do something for our country. They all want to be on a beach somewhere not worrying about it.
Right.
It is the dream team, KMM. It definitely is a dream team.
Oh, most certainly. Most certainly. It is. And that's why remember to vote.
Yes.
Vote.
Don't ever say your vote don't count. Because you know what? This is my thing. If you tell me your vote don't count, then you have no room to say a word about why you don't like something. Because you know what? We have the right as American people. That's a right that's given us. Do you know right now even felons have the right to vote?
That's right.
So everybody has the right to vote. Do it. Exercise your right to exercise your right to say, you know what, this government sucks. Because if you don't vote, you don't have the right to say anything.
Right.
So, well, y'all, it's about that time because we're saving our time. Royal Apple, you better be here on our election party that we're having on election night because we're going to have us ball. I love you all. And you know what? Say prayers. Say prayers. We could say one right now. The 27th is National Prayer Night for the Trumps, for his family. Eric was speaking at the 11th hour faith meeting the other night, and it was a blessing. I loved hearing Eric talk. Say prayers for the Trumps.
Thank you for your continued support. Remember to share, like, subscribe.
Yes, make sure you click that like on your way out.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends, tell everyone to go out and vote. We want Trump in office. You know what? Like I said before, even people in the Bible that we love so much and hold to great esteem, we're not always great people.
Started on the wrong tracks.
Right. So, blessings to you, Trump family. Let the Lord protect you and be with you during this dark hour, because we need your warrior in office right now. And I'm praying to high heaven. If you listen to my prayer, dear Lord, please put the Trump family, protect the Trump family, and bring our warrior home to defend this people and defend our nation. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Good night, everybody.
Love y'all. Good night.
Have a safe weekend. Remember, we're not going to be here Thursday.
No, we're not going to be here Thursday. We'll see y'all Monday.
Happy birthday. A day early, Connie.
Happy birthday, Royal Apple.
Happy birthday.
Oh, sorry, KMM. Sorry, Royal Apple. Your birthday isn't yet. But happy birthday to you, KMM. I love you. Have a great day tomorrow. I'm thinking about you. Love you guys.
Good night.
Good night.